today's recipe is cut bhaji. For that, here I'll be making a chutney along with our cut bhaji. For making chutney, here we require tamarind. So here I've taken tamarind to the size of a lemon. So let's add this tamarind into a bowl. Now into this tamarind, let's add lukewarm water so that our tamarind will be soaked easily and we can easily obtain our tamarind juice. So let's let it soak in water for some time so that we'll get the required tamarind juice. For making the chutney required for our cut bhaji, here I switched on the flame and placed a pan. Into this, let's add 1 tablespoon of oil. Now here the oil is heated. Into this, let's add 1-inch ginger cut into 4, and then let's add 3 garlic cut into 2, and let's fry them well. Now let's add 5 dry red chilies. The chutney which we are going to prepare today is capsicum chutney. So capsicum chutney tastes really good along with cut bhaji, and so that is the chutney which we are going to prepare today. So for preparing a capsicum chutney, here I've taken 1 medium-sized capsicum chopped roughly, and 1 medium-sized tomato chopped roughly. So now into this, let's add chana dal. Here I've taken 4 tablespoons of chana dal. So let's add this. Let's fry chana dal well, and let's fry it on medium flame. So if it is not on medium flame, if you place it on high flame, there are chances of our chana dal to be overburnt, so which will not give the correct flavor to our chutney. Now here our chana dal, it's fried well and it has changed its color slightly. Now into this, let's add the tamarind which we have soaked in lukewarm water. If you don't prefer too much of sourness, you can reduce it. So in this chutney we're having it's a mix of all flavors, that is sourness, spiciness. Let's fry them well. Now into this, let's add a chopped tomatoes and capsicum into this, and a tamarind. It's mixed well. So let's add our capsicum as well as tomatoes and let's cook them well. And that's it. We have added all our ingredients and only one ingredient is left, that is salt. So let's cook our capsicum and tomatoes well, and now let's add salt into it. So now here we have added salt as per taste, and now we have to cook our vegetables till they become soft. We need not overcook them, no need to cook it too much, but till it becomes so that it is easy for us to paste. So in such a way, let's cook it for 2 minutes till it becomes soft. So now here our capsicum as well as tomatoes, they have half cooked here. We are not going to cook it completely, so it's half cooked. And now let's switch off the flame and let's keep it aside for cooling down, so that after it cools down we can paste it. Previously we have prepared the mixture that is for our chutney with using the ingredients, and we have kept it aside for cooling down. Now let's add them into a mixer jar. Let's add a little bit of water. Now let's close the lid and paste it well. So now here we have pasted all our ingredients for our capsicum chutney, and now here we have our capsicum chutney here. Now let's keep it aside, and we have to add some tempering into it. Let's move on to it. So now we are going to prepare the tempering for our capsicum chutney. Here I've taken a pan and switched on the flame. Now into this, let's add 1 tablespoon of oil and wait till it's heated. Now here the oil is heated. Into this let's add half teaspoon of mustard seeds. So here let's add the mustard seeds, and here they've started to pop. Into this let's add dried red chilies. For tempering we are just adding only two ingredients, that is mustard seeds and dry red chilies. Now let's switch off the flame and let's add this into our capsicum chutney. Let's add the tempering on top of our capsicum chutney. Now here our capsicum chutney is ready. Now let's move on to the preparation of batter, that is cut bhaji batter. So now let's keep this aside and move on to our preparations. So here I've taken the chilies which we use for making cut bhaji. So that is cut bhaji mirchi. Here I've cleaned it and wiped it well. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to give a slit in between. So let's take a chili and in this way we are going to give a slit in between. So we have to do the same for every chili. If you don't prefer the seeds, you can de-seed it. So if you prefer, if the seeds are okay, you can let it be. So here I'm not going to remove it, I'm letting it be like that. And in this way we have to cut it for the rest of our chilies too. Giving a slit for every chili. Now into this opening we'll be applying a liquid, that is tamarind juice. So we'll be applying it. So now let's keep it aside and move on to our process. So now we have given a slits for every chili and we have kept it aside, and I told you that we'll be adding a filling into our green chili. So this is it, what we're going to add in it, that is a tamarind juice. So this we have already used tamarind while making chutney, so the excess of the tamarind which was there I've taken it. So that is this, and into this let's add a little bit of salt, and let's add 1/4 tablespoon of coriander powder. Now into this let's add 1/4 teaspoon of ajwain, that is warm. And if we don't prefer adding this ajwain now, you can add this when we prepare the batter for cut bhaji, then you can add this ajwain, but I'm adding it right now into the tamarind juice. And let's mix it well. So into this we have added coriander powder, salt and ajwain. So now we are going to apply this into our chilies. So now we have a mixture of salt, coriander powder and ajwain and tamarind juice. So now let's take a chili and let's open the slit, and into this slit let's slowly pour in. Let's spread it well. So when we add this mixture, when we eat this cut bhaji, we won't feel that spicy. And when we have our cut bhaji with this chili inside it, so we'll experience a blast of flavors, that is sourness and spiciness all together. It will be giving out a great flavor. Let's repeat this for every chili. So now here we have finished filling our mixture into our chilies. Now let's keep it aside. Before we move on to the preparation of cut bhaji batter, let's do one thing. Let's switch on the flame and place a kadai into that, so that by the time if we add oil, so by the time we prepare the batter, oil will be heated. So now here the kadai is getting heated. Into this let's add sufficient amount of oil for frying. By the time our oil gets heated, let's prepare the batter for cut bhaji. So now here let's move on to the preparation of batter for cut bhaji. Here I've taken a bowl. Into this let's add 1.5 cup of besan flour. So now here we have added 1.5 cup of besan flour. For 1.5 cup of besan flour, let's add 2 tablespoons of rice flour. For the crispiness, we are adding rice flour. So let's add 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then let's add salt as per taste and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. Now let's mix everything well. So after mixing, we have to add water little by little, and we have to make it into a form of a not very thick, not very flowy. So it should have a consistency in such a way that when you dip the chili, the batter should stick onto it. Let's start adding water little by little. You have to mix the batter to this consistency. It shouldn't become too watery. So now into this we have to add the oil that we have kept in the kadai for getting heated. So from that we have to add 2 tablespoons of oil into this batter. So here I'm adding 2 tablespoons of oil that we have kept in the kadai for getting heated. The reason why we are adding this hot oil is that our cut bhaji will be more tasty as well as it will be more crispy. 2 tablespoons is enough. Now let's mix it well. So now here our batter is ready as well as our oil is heated. Now all we have got to do is that we have to dip our chili into this batter and fry it in the oil. Let's dip the chili into the batter. In the same way, we have to dip all the chilies into the batter and we have to add it into our hot oil slowly and we need to fry it well. So if you prepare the batter according to the way I've said, the batter will be sticking onto our chilies. So when one side of our bhaji is cooked, we have to topple it so that the other side gets cooked. Now here our cut bhajis, they are cooked well, and now let's transfer this into a plate and they have obtained nice color. So in the same way, let's fry rest of our bhajis. So now here we are going to cut our fried bhajis. So let's take the bhaji and let's cut it in this way. So here I'm cutting one bhaji into 3. So in the same way, let's cut the rest of our bhaji into 3. So now here we have finished cutting our bhaji and let's fry it once again in the oil. So we are going to add the bhaji which we have cut into 3 into the same oil which we use for frying our bhaji. So the oil is hot and let's add our bhaji so that, and our bhaji needs to be fried well. The chopped part needs to be fried well. So the part here, as you see, where there is a chili, so that part needs to be fried well. So till it gets fried, we have to fry it really well. So now here the chopped part of our bhaji is fried well. As you can see here, it's fried well. Now let's transfer this into a plate. So now here our cut bhaji, it's ready. So you can see that the part which we have chopped from our bhaji, it is fried well. So here I'm transferring this into a tissue so that if there is excess oil, it will be absorbed. So along with this, I'll show you while serving that I'll serve the capsicum chutney, which is a great combination with cut bhaji. Now let's transfer our fried cut bhaji into a serving plate. So now here let's serve the capsicum chutney along with our cut bhaji. So together it's a wonderful snack, an evening snack which will be equally relished by both adults and children. Now let's garnish our cut bhaji with onions. So do try this yummy recipe because it's so tasty because we are cutting it and we are frying it again. Because of that, the inner chili part also will be fried. And after trying, do let me know your suggestions through comment box. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with variety videos. Till then, stay tuned to my channel.
ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ കട്ട് ബജി നമ്മൾ സെർവ് ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഒരു സെർവിങ് പ്ലേറ്റിലേക്ക് മാറ്റുകയാണ്. ഇതിനോടൊപ്പം നമ്മൾ ചെയ്ത ക്യാപ്സിക്കം ചട്നി നമ്മൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ നമുക്ക് ടേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം.